Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about some back to school tips for teachers and families so that you can stay healthy throughout the school year. When I was a teacher, my first year of teaching, you guys, I was the most unhealthy I've ever been in my entire life. Not only like physically unfit, but also just like getting sick all the time. I have this book that I haven't sold. It's like this journal for teachers. It's called What My Master Teacher Never Told Me. And in the book or whatever, ebook, I tell the story of me being sick every single weekend. I taught fourth grade as my first year of teaching. I did not do student teaching. So in California, you have the option of being what's called an intern. I don't know if they do that in other states, but I was an intern, which means that I went to school and got my teaching credential whilst being a full-time teacher and getting paid. And I kid y'all not, every Friday, I don't know if it was the germs, I wasn't taking care of myself, I was getting sick all the time. Every Friday, I would come home, I would guzzle NyQuil all weekend and hope and pray that I was well by Monday. And this went on for like almost the whole year. One day I even accidentally took NyQuil during the day and I had to go home. It's the first time I ever had a sub because I was just so sick. This was before COVID, because before COVID, everybody came to school when they were a little bit sick. I mean, that's just what it was, as horrible as that was. So I've come up with some tips for you guys on how I stay healthy during the school year. Not only like physically healthy, like how to stay fit, how to make sure you don't gain a bunch of weight as a teacher, which I did when I was first teaching, and how to just stay healthy in terms of not getting sick all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up my notes here for you guys. While I'm doing this, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I will put the What My Master Teacher Never Told Me in the comment section down below, so you guys can pick that up if you want to. I think it's like $9.99. It's like, it just has a bunch of tips in there about teaching in general. So go ahead and you guys can pull that up if you want to. Okay, so my first tip is for teachers. You guys, please have pre-packaged high protein snacks in your classroom or in your car if you're a parent. This is because one of the things that happens during the school day is, like, as a teacher, we don't have energy, right? Like, we will be running amok, not eating for hours, and all of a sudden you're like, I just need something. And you need to grab a balanced snack. What's more likely to happen is you're gonna grab that piece of candy that's in your in your cabinets or whatever, or you're gonna grab something from the cafeteria, or you're gonna grab something from the vending machine, and it's not gonna be healthy. So have something like mixed nuts with like trail mix or something, because you have a healthy balance of protein, carbs, and fat in there. Trail mix was one of my favorite things to have on hand as a teacher because it gave me fat, it gave me protein to keep me fuller for longer, and it gave me carbs for energy. And I had these little packages of trail mix and I would chew on that and I feel good. I'm like, okay, I can go again in case I didn't have time to eat my lunch. That is a big deal. I also had like small packages of beef jerky, protein. I also had things of like celery and peanut butter if I had a refrigerator in my classroom, or I'd bring them with me to school, like celery and peanut butter, or like slices of apples with nut butter. But I was always trying to balance like a protein and a carb, or a protein or a carb and a fat, so that I wasn't just sending my body on this like sugar high all day. So having pre-packaged snacks that are healthy is really, really important as a teacher, because I know that sometimes eating lunch is not a thing that really happens. Like, we pretend like we're gonna eat a lunch, but it doesn't happen sometimes, okay? Number 2, if you have a break or a prep period, which I know most people do not. In California, there's a lot of teacher shortages, so we don't actually get prep breaks like that or prep periods like that, you guys. Like, there was one year where I didn't have a prep period. I taught an extra class for the extra money so that I could, I had extra money. But if you do have a prep period, I strongly suggest like going outside and just walking for 10 minutes and really like resetting your nervous system. This is key not only for like fitness, but also for your mental health as well as a teacher. And also getting vitamin D is important for staying healthy. Teachers are in their classroom all day. A lot of them never step outside, even at lunch, right? So stand outside for 10 minutes, walk outside for 10 minutes, get that blood flowing, and just reset your nervous system. That was a game changer when I started doing that. It was really, really helpful for me. Number 3, stop running on soda and coffee. This is me talking to myself in the mirror because I ran on soda and coffee my first couple of years as a teacher. I would get I would get a coffee and I'd pour a ton of honey in it, and then I would pour a bunch of creamer in it, and that was my drink for the morning. No. Okay? If you're gonna have coffee, put some collagen in it. Stir some unflavored collagen in it. That'll give you a nice little protein, and that'll also help your body from shooting up and going into a caffeine frenzy. Stop running on coffee and soda. Have some options in your room for things that are lower calorie instead of soda. So I'm experimenting with different probiotic drinks right now. Like they have the Kavita kombuchas, they have Olipop, they have Pop Fizz, like there's all these other things. They just have regular like Waterloo sparkling water. Stop running on soda. That is so much sugar. And you're also just not taking care of your health that way. You're destroying your immune system. Drink water. And if you must have that fizz, which I understand, you have a different kind of fizzy drink for yourself. If you're running out of energy, it's probably because you're not sleeping well and you're not fueling your body. So make sure you're doing that as well. I know that this is like a huge thing with teachers, is just like drinking a ton of coffee. Stop doing that. It will destroy your adrenal glands, making them work overtime. And then you just start packing on pounds because you're in a high cortisol state all the time from the coffee. Don't do it. Number 4, please get some rest. My biggest mistake as a teacher, this is not only physical health, but also, your immune system. My biggest mistake as a first-year teacher was staying super late and not getting enough rest. Your body as a woman, I'm going to do a video on the differences between women and men. Your body as a woman needs minimum 9 hours of sleep, 8 to 9 hours of sleep. So if we're doing the 6 and 7 hour thing, you are not giving your hormones a fighting chance. You're not giving your body a fighting chance. So please value your sleep more than you value anything else. There are often times where I'll tell my clients, don't work out tomorrow. I want you to sleep, because it is that important. What's the point of stressing your body out if you can't recover? It's a recipe for disaster. So make sure you get your rest, whether that means taking a nap after you get home from work and then doing extra work at home, or if that means on the weekends, not going into your classroom and making sure that you take some naps on the weekend to make up for the hours that you're missing during the week. I promise you are a better teacher if you get more rest. I promise. Okay? Lastly, I'm going to recommend that you find yourself a high quality multivitamin and a high quality green drink. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like it's super easy for teachers to like meal prep meals. It's not. I know. Can I tell you guys the truth? I used to go to Lucky. So I would in the morning, I drive, right? I go to Starbucks, get my tub of honey. It's in my coffee. And then I go to Lucky's and I would get one of those massive salads. I've told this story before of mixed greens with feta and cranberries and whatever dressing. And I would eat the whole thing. Not a single ounce of protein in sight. Whole thing of salad. Because it was just so much work to even try and prep meals for work. So instead of doing that, make sure you have a high quality multivitamin and a high quality green drink to get all of those greens and reds in. So your fruits and vegetables in that you're normally not eating during the day, to help your body detox and to put in all the nutrients that you're missing. As a teacher, you are burning through fuel like an athlete, especially if you're teaching kind of like, I don't want to say the right way, but if you're moving around and you're expending energy as a teacher, then yes, you are depleting yourself of precious vitamins and minerals. And getting a high quality multivitamin will be really helpful. And you'll notice the difference in energy that you have and the difference in mental clarity that you have, even if you're not getting enough of the right vitamins and nutrients from food. So I highly recommend you find a multivitamin, whether it's multivitamin gummies or a multivitamin pill or liquid vitamins. I love the Mary Ruth line of liquid vitamins. I highly recommend that you do that for your physical health and also your immunity. Now, I want to talk a little bit about how I prevented myself from getting sick every year. And this is going to sound counterintuitive, but number one, I'm going to tell you guys, I get sick. When I was a teacher, I got sick once a year. And that was if I changed schools, because whatever new germs they had, my body had to get used to those things, right? That's how pathology works. So I had to get that illness so I could build up an immunity to it. So I expected to get sick once a year. And that was I let myself get sick once a year, right? That was like, okay, I know I'm healthy if I only get sick once a year. So here's what I did to maintain my health. Number one, I was adamant about my vitamin D, K2, and vitamin C routine. I was very, 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 very intentional about how much vitamin D I got either walking around, being outside, especially in the winter. By the way, if you have darker skin, if you have melanin, you do not absorb as much vitamin D as white people or anybody else who's not as dark as we are. So you need to actually supplement with vitamin D. Vitamin D is actually what helps your immune system. Vitamin C helps too, but you need vitamin D3 and K2. So I take that. I also am ruthless with my vitamin C. I would have a packet of vitamin C powder every single day. Just one packet in my water. One packet of vitamin C every single day. Now, I know that some people are allergic to the ascorbic acid or whatever version of vitamin C, then I'd recommend that you just experiment with how much your body can tolerate. You cannot overdose on vitamin C. Like the worst thing that happens is like you get diarrhea or you have a citric acid rash. So I was very adamant about that, okay? Number two, I made sure I took my multivitamin and my greens. That's why I added that there. That will also help you be fit, but multivitamin and greens were essential for my immune health, just keeping myself immune, okay? Number three, I was not crazy about washing my hands all the time. Oh, that's so gross. No. Actually, I allowed myself to get germs. I did. I wasn't like super crazy. I washed my hands after I went to the bathroom. Okay. I wore gloves if I had to, if a kid had a cut and I had to, manage that. But I wasn't that teacher who was sanitizing all the time. Number one, it's not good for your gut microbiome. By the way, you guys, it is not good to be sanitizing your hands. It will destroy your gut microbiome because what happens is you actually kill all of the bad bacteria too. These viruses are resistant to the antibacterials. Y'all are creating superbugs by being super crazy about washing your hands and super crazy about wearing sanitizing all the time. Wash your hands like a normal human being. Like when you go to the bathroom, when you touch something that's filthy. But I wasn't like neurotic about it because I understand how disease works. If I can introduce pathogens to myself and not get sick, then I could build up my own personal tolerance, right? So there was that. Number four, I made sure I got sleep. I noticed that I would get sick a lot if I did not actually get my hours of sleep. That was the biggest thing for me. Whenever I noticed that I was starting to get an itchy throat, it's because I hadn't been sleeping. You guys, your sleep matters. Teachers who get sick all the time tend to be teachers who stay up late and wake up early and never take care of themselves. Do not do that. Okay? Do not. All right, you guys? If this video was helpful for you, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.